It's April 20th, and starting today, the central government has permitted certain relaxations in economic activities in places that are COVID-19 free across the country. Now, it depends on state governments whether or not they choose to implement these relaxations and to what extent. Let's take a look at what is allowed and what is not allowed during this period until the likely lifting of lockdown on May the 3rd. The delivery of non-essential items by e-commerce companies is not permitted any longer. Last week, however, the Ministry of Home Affairs had said that e-commerce companies can deliver stuff like mobile phones and laptops and refrigerators, but that permission has been withdrawn. E-commerce companies can now deliver only essential goods like they have been delivering over the course of the last 26 days of the lockdown. And delivery of essential items, of course, continues to be permitted. You can also leave your houses to access these essential services. Apart from that, private security services and services that are important for the management of offices and residential complexes continue to be allowed. Services provided by self-employed persons like plumbers and electricians and carpenters and IT services, these are also permitted. Of course, all health services are permitted as they have been over the last several weeks, and they will continue to be, including the Ayush Ministry and veterinary clinics as well. All agricultural activities, horticultural activities, the fishing industry, the aquacultural industry, and the animal husbandry sector are allowed. Plantation activities such as those related to tea, coffee, rubber plantations, apart from that, coconut spice, bamboo, areca nut, and cocoa plantations and forest produce by scheduled tribes have also been added to the list of exemptions. Construction in rural areas, like it was permitted of water supply and sanitation, laying of power lines and telecom optical fibers and cables will also be allowed. And now this is important, construction activity will gradually be allowed in places that are not affected by COVID-19 at all, and these decisions will be taken by local authorities where such limited construction activity can be permitted. This will be a breath of relief for those migrant laborers who have been out of money for ever since the lockdown was implemented. And the one condition that applies in this case is that the laborers who are involved in construction activities have to be housed on site. They cannot be brought from anywhere else. The social sector, the financial sector, including non-banking financial companies and housing finance companies, continue to remain operational fully. Also, Manrega work will be permitted in rural areas while keeping social distancing norms in mind. Public utilities like water, electricity, sanitation will be allowed. And government offices, importantly, start functioning from April the 20th, that is today. Now, most government and most ministries will be operating with limited staff. Only senior staff will be reporting to work, while the rest of the junior staff will be limited. But in ministries like the Defense Ministry, the Health Ministry, and government arms like the Food Corporation of India, they will be back in full strength. Industries and industrial establishments, whether government or private, start functioning from April 20th onwards, especially those involved in food processing, manufacture of medicines, and medicinal equipment. Also, commercial and private establishments like print, electronic media, e-commerce companies delivering essential goods, DTH and cable services, data and call centers for government activities remain operational. Hotels, homestays, and lodges that are currently housing stranded people also are permitted. For a comprehensive list of what is allowed and what is not allowed, do access the Home Ministry website for more details. Now let's take a look at the state of Kerala, which has to some extent brought the COVID-19 crisis under control. The fresh cases emerging from the state are getting lesser and lesser. So now the state has divided its regions into red, orange A, orange B, and green zones. Depending on the zones now, the movement of private vehicles will also be allowed based on the odd-even scheme. The aim of the government there is to reduce the traffic on the roads and reduce movement of people by about 40%. So with this in mind, the state government in Kerala will start an odd-even scheme for private vehicles in the state, depending on the zones today. As for the states of Punjab and Delhi, now both have decided not to ease the lockdown measures at all. But in Punjab, Chief Minister Amarinder Singh said that the relaxations will be made for wheat procurement only. While in Delhi, the Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal said that he will not ease restrictions as Delhi has 2% of India's population, but he said that it has 12% of the total COVID-19 cases. Now, the situation, he said, will be reviewed only next week. Also now, the Airlines Authority, the DGCA, has asked airlines to not start any bookings until May the 3rd because no decision on lifting of the restrictions on flights has been taken yet. So airlines have been cautioned about taking bookings post May 3rd because no decision has yet been made on whether or not flight operations will begin post that. And now that economic activity finally resumes in some sectors in a limited manner, the government has issued a warning telling any companies, any establishments not to begin spraying their employees with disinfectant as that has harmful physiological and psychological purposes, and neither does it even serve the purpose of killing the germs on your clothes or on your body. In fact, once the virus has entered your body, there actually is no point in spraying disinfectant because that cannot kill the pathogen at all. And finally, yesterday, the Prime Minister posted a message on LinkedIn saying how everything, especially workplaces, are becoming digital first. And he also hailed technology, saying that his government has been one of the has encouraged technology since it began, even since its first term when Modi came to power in 2014, and ever since then they have pushed technology in every sphere. He said technology eliminates the barriers between the rich and the poor, it demolishes bureaucratic hierarchies and eliminates middlemen, and that is why it's so important. Also, his message on LinkedIn seems to be an indication about what workplaces in the foreseeable future might look like. There will be increased work from home, and many companies have now started making adjustments for that, and also because the government is also pushing in that direction. So very likely we will be increasingly perhaps working from our homes, or our offices will see limited staff in the near future. That's all this time. Thanks for watching.